Aloha, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here because we are in store for an amazing treat today. Our special guest is going to be talking to us about your sacred inheritance, unlocking ancestral wisdom for business and life success. How many of y'all want more business and life success? Yes, yes, and yay. Well, it's going to happen right here today. So first, before we get into it and I introduce this amazing lady that we have here with us today, let me just share with you what is the purpose of the Freedom Friday show. The purpose of the Freedom Friday show is to support you as an entrepreneur in achieving your success in business and life harmony, because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life, and it is 100% possible to work more smarter, stress less, strengthen our relationships, lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum. And my all-time favorite, increasing your calm, your confidence, and your cash flow with much more ease, grace, and even more flow. So there's a free gift that you're going to want to make sure that you grab in the comments, and that is 7 secrets to more business and life harmony. Go ahead and grab your 7 secrets as well. And then our special guest also has a great treat for you too. So let's give Dr. Monique a warm welcome. Dr. Monique, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and inviting me to share today.
Oh, absolutely. Our honor and pleasure. My honor and pleasure. Let them know a little bit about you. So, Dr. Monique is a transformational mentor and ancestral guide who helps high achieving women in their second act to reclaim their sacred inheritance and step into their next chapter with clarity, confidence, and divine alignment. She teaches women how to awaken their ancestral wisdom, uncover their spiritual gifts, and use them to create meaningful impact through mentorship. Her deep personal reflection and proven spiritual techniques. So, Dr. Monique knows firsthand what it means to navigate life's unexpected transitions, especially after experiencing devastating losses, family illnesses, and the demands of caregiving. She found her own health and business deeply impacted. In most of her challenging moments, she turned to the very spiritual practices, manifestation techniques, and mindfulness rituals that she has shared with her clients worldwide for nearly 3 decades. And by reconnecting with her ancestors and spiritual allies, she not only restored her well being, but realigned with a deeper calling, guiding powerful women like you to fully step into their own divine legacy with ease, grace, and ancestral support. So y'all can see the beauty that she is just by me reading that to you, which is why I knew we had to hear her wisdom today. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So, Dr. Monique, tell us, why is this topic, your sacred inheritance and unlocking your ancestral wisdom for business and life success? Why is this something that's so important?
Well, it's really important, especially now, because there is wisdom that is in our family lineage. We often hear about the ancestral wounds and the trauma that's been done, but really there is resilience and courage and a gift that has been passed down from generation to generation, and it's some form of a spiritual gift, which be could be your own healing modality. It might be something where your own system for helping people with their transformation. When we know what that gift is, when we know what I call it, the ancestrally rooted medicine, when we know what that medicine is, we're then able to take it and incorporate it into our business and use it to take our work to an even deeper place with our clients and the people that we're here to reach. So that's why I feel this work is so important, and I see how important it is because I see what's happening with my clients.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that, especially for entrepreneurship. Like as you were talking, the message that was coming was like, know who you are to fully enjoy where you're going, right? And how our business is an extension of all that we are. How we go is how the business goes. So why not be able to tap into those natural gifts and talents that are gifted to us from our ancestors and our lineage? And that just amplifies everything even better. So good.
Yeah, it does. And adding into that, what also is helpful is our ancestors can help us to manifest the things that we want. And when we embrace that medicine and when we learn how to connect with them and ask them for support and guidance, ask them to open doors, ask them to help our bodies heal, ask them to help our relationships, they can come in and actually help us do these things so that we're not constantly grinding and trying to do it on our own. Our ancestors are our allies and our partners. And connecting with them can help us feel like we don't have to just bear this alone. We don't have to carry this weight that we sometimes feel we have to carry alone. They're
Oh,
there.
goodness. It's that beautiful part, just like um that you're so supported in the heavens above, but also right here in and then divine with that divine alignment is beautiful because it creates divine connections, like meeting the right people, being in the right places. Oh,
Absolutely.
I love
And when you know, when not only know what the ancestrally rooted medicine is in your family lineage, but you actually embody it, you activate it, right? You live it, you bring it into the work that you do, you bring it into everything, every decision you make, everything you do in your life, it becomes easier to meet the right people for your work. It becomes easier for those people to just walk through the door. And then in partnering with your ancestors, you can ask them, whoever isn't hearing my message, would you expand the message, give it wings, let it fly out there and reach the people that it needs to reach. And that's the beauty of having that deeper connection, that you can enlist them to help you with your business.
nice. Oh, so good. So good. The question that I'm wondering now is like, especially for sometimes, we block that divine connection off, right? And like, what are some like tips or strategies that we can be able to do right now to actually open ourselves up to have that connection and get that wisdom even more?
Right. Okay. So one of the first ones that I always let, I have all of these in my head, all these spiritual practices and things like that, right? But then I let them come through with what they feel is important right now, right? So I have this ancestral council that I work with, of ancestors from all over the world. And one of the things that they are saying is for us to write them a letter and let them know that we're open, ready, and willing to receive their support and their guidance. Now, when you're writing this letter, some people might say, well, I don't have any ancestors that were good people, or my ancestors were bad, or I didn't know my ancestors, or, you know, my parent was a horrible parent. We're not writing to the ancestors that you would know now. We're not writing to the ancestors that are 1 or 2 generations back. We're writing this letter to the collective of ancestors that are in our family lineage for 15, 16, 17, even 20, 25 generations back. We're writing this letter asking those that are healed, healthy, and whole, those ascended ancestors, we're inviting them and telling them that we're ready to embody this medicine. We're ready to step into these gifts that they have perfected and passed down. We're making this invitation to them. And this medicine that's passed down can come to you very quickly because it may have been blocked by 1 or 2 generations, particularly if it's some kind of a healing gift or some sort of a spiritual thing that you're able to do, some kind of a spiritual tool, technique, or something that has been passed down. Sometimes it gets blocked. So, what we
Mm.
want to do is write this letter letting them know that we're willing to release any blocks that may have come before us that may be preventing us now. And we're open, we're welcoming, we want them to come in. So that's one way that people can start. The other is, and we'll talk about the gift that I have for them. And in that gift, that will help open up to connecting with the ancestors in a very safe way that allows you to feel comfortable connecting with them. So, invocations that I share are ways that you can invite them to be a part of your life and to help you navigate your way. Creating an altar would be another one. An altar, and that altar can be, for some people, an altar takes up a room. For other people, it's
Oh
just
my goodness.
space, right? There's
Nice.
some people, I have friends that have altars that are, big, huge altars that are a major focus of a room. Whereas I have other clients that have just a small something. It can be as small as a candle, a glass of water, and a plant, and you're inviting them in. Or you can add photos, you can add different things that represent your ancestors. Like I know mine like chocolate, so occasionally I'll put chocolate on my altar. I know my father used to like brandy and milk. I don't put the milk on my altar, but I have a little bottle of brandy that I keep
Okay.
on my altar. And so I put things on my altar, pieces of jewelry that were given to me by my ancestors, or things that I know that they wore or they liked, traditional foods. I'll make a small plate offering of traditional foods. These are things that invite the ancestors into your home. And you just make it clear that you're only inviting those loving and kind beings that are ascended to come in and support you on your journey. And so those are some easy ways that we can invite the ancestors in.
Wow, super amazing, right? Like you already given us so much tools that we can be able to take advantage of right now. And you mentioned the gift. Tell us a little bit more about the gift.
Yeah, so invoking the healing power of your ancestral lineage is so powerful. There are several invocations in there that help you. There's some business invocations and some healing invocations. So if there are some ancestral blockages that are taking place, let's say there's some trauma around money. Maybe there is, I work with a number of what I call ancestral karmic stories. So there's poverty, there could be abuse, grief, and there's several others. So I have invocations that help you to begin to heal those karmic stories that may be blocking you from achieving the things you want to achieve. And then I also have some that are available that in that PDF that are available to help you manifest the things you want to manifest in your business. And there's also a meditation in there as well to help people get started.
So good. So good. It's interesting that, as you were talking, there's even like scientific research to be able to support what you're saying.
Right.
One of the stories that I usually share in my classes was the study that was done with these rats, right? And these rats were in a cage. They blew sandalwood smoke in, and then the rats got conditioned to brace for shock as soon as they smelled the smoke, right? Well, those rats had babies and died off, and then the babies grew up. They didn't do anything to them, those adult rats had babies, and then the babies, as soon as they blew the sandalwood smoke in, they braced for shock just like their ancestors did. So it's this part about sometimes our traumas and stuff didn't really start with us. It's actually great news. And you're really giving us that support to be able to say, okay, this is a great avenue to be able to figure out all those things and how to unravel and heal them. And it doesn't have to be like you have to process anything or know what's going on. The beautiful thing is the energy takes care of itself.
Yeah, that is the beautiful part, is that I like that the energy takes care of itself. And you're right, there are things that happen before us. If we have family members that survived say a famine or the Great Depression, or we have ancestors that were enslaved, or ancestors that were, lived through the Holocaust, then we know that there are some things that we're carrying with us, just like those rats were. We're carrying those things with us. And when we learn to release them and heal them through energy, they no longer are a block to us. And you were talking about studies. There's also been a study with Holocaust survivors and the impact and the changes that have happened to them through their DNA, as a result of their ancestors having lived through the Holocaust. So there are a number of studies that are happening, and scientific studies that are showing that we pass this trauma down. Well, if we are studying the trauma that's passed, let's also study those blessings and those gifts that are passed down, because we
Yeah.
can embrace those too.
So good. Dr. Monique, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. We'll make sure that the link to her free gift will be in the show notes. So make sure you go ahead and click on that and get that amazing free gift. Based on everything that you shared with us, what would you want to leave us with? What biggest takeaway would you like us to leave with today?
That your ancestors can be a really powerful companion, ally, mentor, guide for you as you're navigating your life and your business. And when we connect with them, we are able to take what they have experienced, take what they've learned, and use it to improve our lives and the clients that we're working with. And it is not that difficult. It is very easy to have that connection. And they're just waiting. They're waiting for you to say, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It is so good. Everyone who is listening, like, let this message marinate into your soul. We want to hear your wisdom too. So go ahead and put your biggest takeaway in the comments below so we can hear from you as well. And if you've been given this gift of ancestral wisdom, which I know that you have, go ahead and share this message out to give someone else the gift of that clarity as well. Dr. Monique, thank you so much for blessing us with your time today and your wisdom. This has literally been a beautiful message to us all. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today.
Thank you. And just remember to go and claim your sacred inheritance.
Yes, because victory is already yours. Basically, your ancestors already set up the work for you. Yay. So, let's see. Let this message marinate through your mind, body, and soul. Take action to be able to take those steps towards having that clarity, because then you'll know that you're fully supported in the heavens above, also here on earth, what I think that every entrepreneur should know, feel, and own and be. And we look forward to seeing you again for another episode of Freedom Fridays next week. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.